All right. So welcome everyone. My name is Akin Busari. Um, just in case, if you don't know me, my name is Akin Busari. I'm a singer-songwriter, real estate investor, and I've had the privilege over the years to run different businesses here in Canada and also in Africa as well. I'm originally from Nigeria, uh, and I have lived in Canada for at least 20 years now. Um, and here's my wife, Nicole Busari. We actually met a couple of years ago. It's gonna be our 15th year anniversary.
16. Forgot.
Oh man, that's not
Oh
good.
my God.
That's fine. So it's gonna be our 16th year anniversary this July. So we've been married for 16 years. We met in university, at York University. Um, and we have four beautiful children, three boys and one girl. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell. Do you want to say something about yourself?
My name is Nicole Buzari, as Akeem said. Born and raised in Canada. Both of my parents are Jamaican. So as you know, those of you who are Jamaican know that it's Jamaica first. So I'm Jamaican. um, and yeah, of course, Akeem and I both venture into different business opportunities. By trade and training, I am a behavior clinician. So I work with children primarily with autism. And yes, I'm a mother of four children and everything else Akeem said. And yeah, excited to present this opportunity to everyone. Those of you who it's your first time, welcome. Those of you who are already a part of the group, welcome back.
Pamoja is a Swahili word. It actually means together or togetherness. So I'm sure you guys have heard all the stereotypes, especially with our people, where they say black people can get along, black people can work together. There's so much division, and most of us don't really know that we're actually we share so much in common, right? We're the same per se. I don't want to dive into all that details, but if you're familiar with the group and with what we've been doing so far, you know why we decided to go with the name Pamoja, because we're doing this together collectively. So it's not just a one-man project or one woman's project. It's actually a collective thing. And Pamoja Cooperative is actually a not-for-profit organization, meaning the profit that we get goes to the members of the cooperative. So if you're a member of the cooperative, any profit that we earn, obviously, you will get profit splitting in terms of a percentage of the profit once we get to that. And our motto is we're stronger together, because that is a big problem in the Black community, like individualism, and that is what kills us, because collectively we're a force, right? If you look at other groups, they do that very well. They do that effectively. Like you have, the Chinese, they move together as one. Indians, they do that. They move together. But with us, and I know it's as a result of our history, things that we've been through, we don't really work together, right? And with Pamoja Community Investment Fund, we are changing that narrative. Pamoja means togetherness. Pamoja Community Investment Fund was founded in September of last year. It was just as a result of a tweet that I put out on Facebook and on Twitter that, if you want to buy land together, you're Black and you're proud, click this link and join this group. And in less than 24 hours, the group maxed out. In like 24 hours, we had to open additional groups and so on. So, majority of us have been together ever since, and we've been planning out this cooperative. All right. These are the board members so far. So I've introduced myself, my wife, Nicole Busari. We have Mr. Vadni. She has years of experience in community service. They are on the call. They will get to introduce themselves when we get to the question and answer session. Or Charmaine, do you guys want to do that now, or do you want to wait?
We'll do it later.
You do it later? Okay, perfect. And Charmaine, you've heard a lovely voice. She's our secretary. We have Olufemi, the COO. the man himself. You know, he pays a lot of attention to details. You're gonna get to meet him eventually. Our treasurer, amazing Pauline. She's also on the call, right? So you have the board on the call as well this evening. So what is this project about? So we have been looking for land, and some of the opportunities that we've come across, they're like 2 million or a million range. But when we do research and we talk to the city officials, we find out that a lot of them are like zone rural, right? And it will take a lot of time or payment, or, you know, to like city officials, to, you know, the government to rezone those properties into residential or mixed use purposes that we can use for both residential and commercial development. But you know, I am friends with a couple of, you know, people that do construction in Canada, right? So I reached out to a couple of them. Some of the members of the group are already familiar with Isaac Olowolafe from Dreammakers Development. He's our close friend, so we reached out to him, and he basically has agents that work for him, and he sent some of his agents to look for us. So that is where we got this deal from one of our contacts, Isaac. So this is a private sale. The land is zoned for mixed use purposes currently. There's already a draft approval from the government, so we don't have to, you know, reinvent the wheel. We don't have to go and start lobbying people and paying for all these services and so on and so forth. There's a residential portion of the land, which is approximately 32 acres. With the 32 acres, we can build 118 estate homes on it, meaning we can build, you know, massive homes on these lots. And it's also approved for 57 apartment units. That is the current plan approval that we have. There's a commercial area also approved with approximately 1 acre of land of commercial space. What are the attractions? The draft approval is in place. The service lines are already connected to the property, so it won't take that much to get water supply, to get sewage, to get all that on the property. It won't cost much because it's already approved. Port Colborne as a city has an aging population, right? So the government are willing to work with you know, developers, because they're trying to build the city to bring in more people, especially younger folks that can then, you know, pay property taxes, develop the city, and so on and so forth. Because the aging population, I believe the average age in Port Colborne right now is 60, if I'm correct. So 60 years, that is a big concern for any government official, because they know with 60, if you plus or minus, you give another 40 years, these guys are gonna be gone. So they need more people to come in and to help develop the city, all right? So they've waived the developmental charges and so on for the city. So that's what the project is about. That is the deal we have on, you know, on ground now. So what is the requirement? What is the investment? As a member of Pamoja, we're asking each member to pay $5,000 per unit. So membership is $9.99 if you're 60 and under, right? And it's $7.99 if you're above 60. This is just a way to honor some of our elders and to give back to them. Basically, it's a way to celebrate our elders, right? So price per share is $5,000, but there's a deposit of $1,500, which is $1,500, and the balance you can definitely, we can work out some sort of payment plan. So we have 30 days payment plan, 60 days payment plan, 90 days payment plan, and 120 days payment plan. In a nutshell, this is what the requirement is in terms of investment. If you're a member of Pamoja now, you get access to all Pamoja projects. The plan is for us to, you know, venture out into other projects eventually. Like we are taking a trip as a group to Ghana this year, July to be specific. We will be exploring some investment opportunities in Ghana, like having a farm in Ghana collectively, and some of those investments. You get first right refusal on all our projects, discount at the point of sale, low entry levels, passive income. What you have to do, basically invest, sit back, relax, and just earn your dividends, right? And you have voting rights. You can vote, you can make decisions, you can help elect some of the directors and leaders of the organization. Other membership perks are available as well, like Percopolis, which we will dive into if you are interested in becoming a member of Pamoja. So next slide. So what are the benefits? I think I touched on this before. So what are the benefits of this specific project, the Colborne project? General benefits: community building, legacy building, history. We are going to be making history because this is going to be the first Black community in Ontario, Canada. So you'll be part of that. And one of the ideas we've discussed as a group is we should have a community center where we can celebrate some of the founding members, some of the guys that were there from the beginning, that came together to do this.
Special Black Canadians.
Even exactly our heroes, some of our Black Canadian heroes, because most of the time we talk about like the American, heroes, like everyone knows Malcolm X or Martin Luther King, but nobody really talks, or celebrate the Canadian heroes, right? So it will be an opportunity to celebrate some of our heroes. We'll have a museum so people can come in, for a token, which will go back to the cooperatives as well. Will be a source of income for the cooperative members. You will be making a difference. You will help to change the narrative. We'll be working together and building together. Finally, right? We'll be building together and working together and help change the narrative and how people view our community and view us as a people, right? And get back some dignity. So the financial benefits: share certificate, you're going to be getting that for the project. Discount at the point of sale, smaller down payments, really affordable payments compared to like if you go to other builders out there in the market. It's crazy purchasing a property here in Canada. As an investor myself, it's difficult. Sometimes you go, they tell you, bring 20% down, bring 30% down. I mean, it's too much sometimes. Requirements are crazy. And it's strategic in a way because some of these guys do that to avoid certain groups from participating in purchasing or investing in real estate. Sweat equity. What sweat equity means is when we get to the development phase, as a member of the cooperative, you can participate in helping us build this community. You can contribute hours towards building this community for us, maybe helping to paint or helping to put floors in some of the apartments or housing units and so on, right? Which will help us save in terms of the cost, right? And if we save on the cost, obviously that will reflect on the prices that we're going to be selling some of those houses for, right? So as a cooperative, you get an opportunity to do that, and your sweat equity will equate into financial rewards for you, right? Profit splitting, I mentioned that as well. If you get a share certificate at the end of the project, after we've paid taxes and so on and so forth, all our expenses and so on, you get an opportunity to split some of the profit as part of the cooperative. Again, because we're a not-for-profit organization, our profit only goes towards our members, so members of the cooperative. And there's a guaranteed 25% ROI expected in 2025. And the reason why we're paying that in 2025, we will show you guys the numbers and the phases, the different phases where we're going to be building. Based on the advice from talking to experts, this is the approach, and this is how we can bring this project to pass. And with 25%, that is amazing, right? If you put your money in the bank, they're gonna give you 0.2% or 1% max, on your savings. So, and the rate of inflation is really bad and is working against your savings, right? So leaving your money in the bank is actually not doing you any good. But if you invest in real estate, it's amazing. Other benefits: become a member of a progressive group of Black entrepreneurs. We are going to be having seminars, workshops, training to help you, in terms of finances and help, to educate our group and our members, so everyone can be, up terms of jobs, resume building, and so on and so forth as well. Let your money work for you, invest it back, and collect. So these are the benefits of, investing in Pamoja and the Colborne project. So now we will dive into, the different timelines. So the plan is 2021, we'll acquire the land, we raise the funds, we put an offer in, get the land, we make sure all the due diligence are done. Then 2022, we ensure the land is serviced, and we discuss with an architect in between that time, the 2021 to 2022. We agree on the layout of the community, the houses, the look and feel, and then we can start selling off plan. So 2022, we can start selling some of the units of plan. But instead of going to one of those builders, and they tell you bring 5% or 10% upfront, with Pamoja, in this case, you will get you get discounts, right, at the point of sale. So smaller down payments I mentioned earlier. So we're working out all the details, and you get access to all that information as well, where the down payments will be affordable. It can be maybe $1,000 for 12 months or something like that. I mean, don't quote me on this, but you will be getting those details. So 2023, we'll start construction. We're hoping 2024, we complete some of the first homes, and the first phases of the project will be done. 2025, the commercial development will commence, and 2026 is where we complete the project. So these are like the key timelines that we have in mind, projections. Yeah. The key performance indicators for this project, things to keep in mind, is the cost. So from talking to builders, researchers, and all the people that we need in order to bring this idea to fruition, bankers and so on, the cost to build in Ontario is anywhere between $200 to $250 per square foot. That's the cost to build. So obviously, as a group, we are working tirelessly to make sure we reduce this number. That is where we need some of our members to step forward. I know personally, like, some of the members of the group are into construction. I know people that are into construction in the group, and have been doing it for years. So we will need their expertise. We will need some of their skills, and to help reduce this cost. So, and there's a 20 million external funding that we need in order to, to kickstart this project and to ensure that everything runs smoothly. All right, I'm gonna go a bit faster because of our time, so we can take questions. 50% estimated cooperative ROI after completion. This is a very important KPI, because this shows that real estate is a very lucrative field in Canada. Because I mean, with 50% estimated ROI, this can even be more. It can even be more than 50%. It means at the end of the project, there's a potential of us seeing, if we spend 20 million for this project, there's a potential of us seeing in excess of 10 million in profit. So these are some of the numbers I want everybody to keep in mind, to show you guys that this is a big deal. It's a big deal. This can potentially change lives. So let's keep that in mind. So savings, in terms of savings, approximately 100,000 in member savings per housing unit. This is an approximation, but at the end of the day, it can be more, or it can be less, plus or minus. But this is based on the calculations that we've done so far. These are some of the numbers that we think speaks volumes, right? So 25% guaranteed ROI on your initial investment. Based on all this research and analysis and calculations and talking to experts and stuff, we are confident that 25% for sure on your money, you can get that back, as stated. So we're confident with that number. So next slide. All right, so this is a breakdown, the funding breakdown. So I mentioned earlier, 20 million that we will need to complete this project. So the executive board actually discussed this, and we were brainstorming. We're like, okay, what are some of the things that we could do? How can we raise this 20 million, right? And I'll tell you guys off the bat, we already met with a couple of banks, and we have a lender right now willing to go up to 75% of the value of the land. So willing to go up to 75% of the value of the land. So they will have to do an appraisal on the land. If they do the appraisal, then based on what the appraisal comes back, they are willing to go up to 75%. From our calculation, the land right now is undervalued. It's like, it's not even, it's a bargain, right? Because land around the area that are listed are selling for much more, right? So if we assume that the land is 6 million, though it's listed for 6.5, right? Let's assume it's 6 million. 75% of 6 million will take us above 4 million, right? So thereabout. So we've estimated 20% of our funding to come from the mortgage, from the lender that we already discussed with, and that is willing to finance this due for us, right? So they are going to give us $4 million, but as a group collectively, right? This is the figure that we have to come up with. The cooperative members were asking everybody for $5,000, because of the interest and so on. We're estimating we will get 200 people to come up with $5,000 each. If 200 people come up with $5,000 each, that will put us at 1 million, right? 1 million, that will be 5% of the cost that we need. The other thing is we need some big investors. Some have already reached out to me privately that they're willing to do $100,000. So those big investors, we are hoping that we will get more of the big investors. If we can get at least 20 of the big investors, we can get up to 2 million, right? Just with 20 of the big investors at 100,000 each. So we will have, the terms, and conditions for the folks with 100,000 that are big investors, and then the guaranteed return for the cooperative members is at 25%. So the 25% is different from, those with 100,000. If you are one of those guys in the 100,000 bracket, and you definitely reach out to me or any of the executive member, we will walk you through the details. Now, so after if we raise $3 million as a group, we already secured the 75% bank that is willing to go up to 75%. So meaning we are in a good position to purchase the land. We will be in a good position to acquire the land. So if we acquire the land, then we have to explore the construction loans options. So in terms of the construction loan, we're estimating 13 million. But the amazing thing about this figure, don't let the figures scare you guys. We have a plan, okay? So the plan is we do this incrementally, right? We don't have to get all the 13 million. We've talked to all the experts, the banks, and most banks that give construction loans want to see an asset. They want to see, if they have a land and the land is approved, they're going to build on the land, then we are going to give them the money to build, right? And all this is not considering the government options that we are exploring, the government grants, all the other opportunities that are out there that we are considering as a group, right? We will go after those options. But once we get those funds coming in, obviously some of these numbers will reduce, right? And we will communicate that to everybody. But don't let the numbers scare you. This is doable for us as a group. If we can raise 3 million as a group, we've already secured 4 million. The construction loan, we can get it incrementally for the different phases as we move along. All right. So in terms of the breakdown of the funds, the use of funds, we've looked at it. So we have a comprehensive business plan that we have been sending out to first a proposal and then a business plan that we have been sending out to some of these banks, and we have been having meetings with them. So this is more of like a high level, so you guys will understand some of the numbers that we're working with. Okay, so use of funds. Construction cost obviously takes 50% of the cost that is needed to complete the project. We've estimated for appliances and equipment around 5%, because every unit will need a washer, dryer, a stove, all the knobs, all the light bulbs, fixtures, and so on and so forth. Consultation fees, the surveyor, working with the city, and so on and so forth. Land acquisition, insurance, municipality charges, professional and legal fees, marketing and sales, interest payments, approvals, and fees. So these are just high levels of some of the costs that we're looking at and the breakdown of each. But construction cost, as you can see, is the highest on the chart. All right. Okay, so here is the financial breakdown, cash flow forecast. So, I mean, we can dive deeper into this during the Q&A if you guys have questions, but I'll just go through this quickly. Balance start of year right now, obviously zero, but 2021, we're estimating, if the cash coming, we're estimating around 9.7 million. The total funds that will go out with construction and everything that we're projecting for the first year will be around 7.8 million. And after that, we should have a positive cash flow of like, 1 point something million. So every year we want to have a positive cash flow based on our projection. So the 2022, as you can see, we started with the same amount we ended with the previous year. And then, with the additional funds coming in, with some of the construction that will be going on, we'll have around 8 million left. And then 2023, so basically it goes like that. But if you look at it, 2026, look at the figures. The balance at the end of the year in 2026, we're looking at approximately 39 million, after completing the phases and the project. So if we get to the question and answer, we can, dive into this further. I'm sure our COO would like to comment on this as well. So in terms of our partners, I played some videos earlier when we started the meeting, some intro videos. Dreammaker Development, they're our partner, but the plan is for us to get more partners, right? More Black builders in Ontario to work with. So we have a list of builders that we're contacting currently, correct? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we are going to be meeting with them. But Dreammaker, for sure, is our number one partner. But we're building a community, right? One company can't really do that. It's a big project. So we need, all hands on deck. So we will be working with other builders as well. So as you can see, there's a fancy logo here too for Pamoja Homes. So we have Pamoja Homes here as well. So the role Pamoja will play here will be very strategic, right? Because some of the construction costs will be reduced as a result of Pamoja Homes being one of the builders as well. So because we can build ourselves, so we can help with like painting, with some floors, and to save costs, right? So so right now we just have Dreammaker Development and then Pamoja Homes, but we're discussing with other Black builders. All right, so teamwork makes the dream work. I'm here talking, if you've not figured that out, I talk a lot. So I'm here talking and blabbing, but the people behind the scene that are actually making this, that are working tirelessly, meeting after hours, putting the plans in place, doing the documentation, making the calls, power team, right? We have a strong power team, and each member of the power team. I mean, I can't thank these guys. I mean, I can't thank them enough. I mean, number one, I'm proud to be among these guys, and it's a privilege to lead some of these folks because I mean, you know, bright people, smart people, hardworking. I mean, Yvonne, I can start rustling. What can I mean, I could go on and on about these guys. So special big thanks to them for the amazing work that they're doing behind the scenes. I give them all the credit for all the amazing stuff. So that's it on my end. Any questions? If you have a question, you can raise your hand and then we can take the questions. We're good to go.
Okay, so we have some questions in the chat. I don't know if Charmaine's gonna look.
Yes, I do have one here.
Okay.
Are from Laverne, are all the houses estate homes?
There's a draft approval in place for we have 118 lots approved for estate
Right.
homes, but what we're trying to do is talk to the city and get those estate homes rezoned. So, we'll split them, so we will have like around 40 estate homes, and then we'll also have 40 detached and semi-detached and so on and so forth.
Sorry, hold on.
All right, Laverne, I hope that's answered your question. So not all estate homes. There will be some apartments. We're hoping to have some semi-detached, some townhomes, all that.
We'll try and rezone some of those lots to allow for smaller developed,
townhomes,
so like
yeah.
regular detached homes, things like that, and then the 57 units for the apartment. Okay, Bumi, you can unmute yourself and then I'll go through the chat.
Okay, hi everyone.
Hi.
Yeah, so my question is, when it's time to develop? Okay, so you said we can get development funds. So for people that subscribe, maybe at that point you're selling, how does it work? Is it going to be like deposits and all that? Just for clarity, I just want the clarity on, for instance, if I subscribe to maybe one estate unit, how, aside from my $5,000 that I paid at the beginning, how do I move forward from there? Just to break it down for me. Thank you.
Okay. We will have some service lots that will be available for sale right away. What that means is, if you have like, $150,000 or so, you're probably in a position to purchase some of those service lots outright. You will not be paying market price or market value for some of those service lots. If you buy them, you can then start building yourself right away. Another thing that we will have is we will have a plan from the architects. Like every other builder, we will have like the different names of the houses. So let me just pull this one out. This is one of the ideas I have. Some of the homes will be named after our power team members. So you probably have to buy depending on the person you like on the power team. If you like rustling, you'll be buying a rustling house or a Stacy house. So depending on the model that you want, then you select the model and then you have the payment terms. And again, there will be smaller down payments requirements because you're already part of the group and you're already a member, number one, and you also invested $5,000. So there'll definitely be discounts, and then we'll work out the payment terms for you to suit your budget basically. And once you commit to that, then based on the timeline, we will complete the homes for you. Right? Hope I answered your question.
Yes. So the follow-up question would be, this land we have right now, do we have the right, the first right of purchase? Because we've been on it for a while, and I know most properties always go immediately. So do we have like a stay something on it to get it to really buy it, because we've been, on it for a while. So that's the question.
We don't.
We don't.
And that's kind of why we were like pushing to get that initial deposit down first, so we can hold it down for that 60 days. But this is the push to the community. If we want to do this, then we're gonna have to really push to do it. It's just, right now they haven't come back to say that it's not available, which is good for us. So it's working in our favor, but we don't want to kind of, become relaxed and then wait and let it stretch out for too long for us to lose this great opportunity. So
We need to like
yeah.
express our interest officially, so that
Yeah.
we know that actually this is on the table for us. So right now,
Yeah.
I think that's what we need to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so please, everybody, if you didn't know, info@pcif.ca. Let us know if you are interested so that we can go ahead and process your information and get you in as a member and an investor.
So in terms of the commitments, I mean, we got over $200,000 in commitments.
Yes.
People saying that they're gonna commit,
Mhm.
but in terms of collecting the money now is something totally different. Those that have committed to sending the money are maybe the process is taking a while, right? And the ball is in you guys' court. Like, if you really want this, let's do it. And I think we can achieve this, especially considering the fact that we have an offer on the table we don't want to miss. I mean, there's a lender willing to go 75% already. That's huge, right? So let's try to get our money together so we can pull in the offer. Yeah.
So we have another question from Ali. Of the 3 million that needs to be raised through big investors and members, how much has been raised thus far? So far we have about 2 larger investors. So people who have said that
It's actually 2 million.
we're willing, yeah, and it's 2 million. Yeah, 2 million. We're willing to put in 100,000 plus. We have 2 individuals, but Pauline, I guess maybe you can tell us more about where we are at now with that other 1 million from the cooperative.
So Pauline is
In terms of
our
what
treasurer. So I'm not sure if Pauline, before you share your screen, maybe I don't know if you can, log in into the account and just walk us through some of the stuff, if possible.
Just show us what we have,
if possible,
taken in so far.
and unmute yourself and introduce yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A video would be nice. I want to see your face.
Oh, no. I'm gonna want it.
Aki, why would you put her on the spot like that?
I know,
I'm
right?
gonna want it.
It's all good. We see your picture.
Hi everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Pauline. I'm the treasurer, and I'm also a current master's student. But yes, I can share my screen. I won't see everyone, but I can still share my screen, and I can let you know the process that I'm using, the software that I'm using, which is QuickBooks, and how I document everyone and send receipts as soon as they make their payments for the membership or initial payment. And I can also show you the bank account, I guess, as well. Or no, actually no, just the QuickBooks, because this is not a board meeting. So let me just show you that piece, and I'll be right back. Okay, so
Perhaps we can answer another question while we await Pauline's presentation. From Renee B. Will you have another Zoom meeting, or others are interested but have missed the meeting?
We are recording this meeting. I will be sending the link out, but I honestly think time is not on our side, to be fair. If we want to do this, we're talking about 30-something million in profit, right? Let's get the word out. I mean, we have a website, we're registered. Matter of fact, I can show you guys the document, the registration. So you see this is an official company. It's not, can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, okay, great. As you can see, this is a cooperative, is registered. All the board members are here. You know, I mean, it's a valid company from the Canadian government. So I know this is good for our people. It will definitely change the way people see us. And if we come to the table with something, like I've always said, the respect, you know, the way the discussion, the conversations will change, right? Imagine if we come to the table with $3 million and say, guys, this is what we've raised collectively as a group. Then others will be willing to work with us and partner with us. But if we keep talking and, you know, and they say, come and keep asking these guys, they won't take us seriously. They will think, oh, they're just wasting our time. But let's come together and do this thing. We can do it, honestly. We can do it. We can do it.
We're doing this.
Okay.
We're doing it.
We're doing this. And you've answered the next question which followed. Is the meeting shared? So when you've put together and edited the recording, then you'll get it out on the various.
Yes, we'll get it out. The previous one is also live, and our website is live. You can always, we got a 1-800 number now too. So you know, you can reach out to the team if you have any questions on finances. Pauline is here. The power team is behind there working. Any administrative questions, Charmaine is there. Our capable COO is also here and available for you. So yeah, we got the team. So
okay, quick question here. What's the deadline for the 5,000?
oh man, the earlier the better. But you know, I understand. I understand the situation, especially it's COVID season now and so on. So we can definitely work with people in terms of having a payment plan and structure in place. But I will say, if you can get the 5,000 to us, please do. But if you can't, also let us know, right? So we can document and have your name down and have some sort of agreement and stuff in place. Because what that will do is, if once we approach the banks, we can tell them, guess what? We have this money, right? Though it's not tangible or in the account, but at the same time they can see, oh, someone already committed to paying, right? So it changes the conversation. Right?
And again, remember, guys, the initial is the 1,500 that we're asking, the initial deposit, and there's the payment plan, 30, 60, 90, 120 days, 180 days even. So just come and let's get it going. Let's do this, as a kid would say.
Yes, let's do this together.
Another quick question. What happens if we don't get the land? And the simple answer is you get back if it is your desire, you'll get back your initial deposit. We do have other projects in the pipeline, so you may want to consider, but that's another conversation.
Yeah,
100%. Totally optional. Yeah, it's up to you.
So right now, RS says in exchange for the 5,000, we get a share of the company. What if there are more investors than houses/units available? And what happens to the 5,000 deposit if Port Colborne deal falls through? So just answer the second question. So perhaps you could answer the first part of the question. In exchange for 5,000, we get a share of the company. What if there are more investors than houses or units available?
Well, the plan is not for everyone who invests to get an actual house. One of the options that we put forward was that if we're gonna zero in on Port Colborne to be the city where we will move, as Akeem was saying, with it being an aging population, it's a great opportunity for us to form and build basically a predominantly Black city, right? So if that's the case, then we would now look for available real estate in resale houses. Once we do build and we now have this profit, we can go ahead and look for other lands that might be ready residential for residential development. So you'd still get obviously your return on your investment. You would still get your share returned to you, and yeah, and then whoever gets to live in the houses would, and then we just continue to look for other residential opportunities for the rest of the cooperative, the collective group.
Okay, Charmaine, can you read, just to add to what Nicole just said, can you read the first part of the question again, please?
Sure, that's RSS. So right now, in exchange for the 5,000, we get a share of the company. Question: what if there are more investors than houses / units available?
Okay, so now, the way I would add to what Nicole has said is the investment we're asking for is about $5,000. And we need a lot of that to be able to cover the initial deposit and the acquisition of the property. So I personally think that if there are more investors than units available, there's really no correlation between both. Investment is on one side where there will be guaranteed returns. And on the other hand, there is an interest in acquiring a property or a housing unit. The 5,000, commitment is not what gets you the house. We would like to make that distinction really clear. So if that investment is done, and then you want to get a house as a member, and you've been paying the monthly membership fees, then there's a host of benefits that kick in at that point, where you then get discounted down payments, smaller down payments. You can even structure the payments over time. That conversation is one we're willing to have. And in addition to that, you also get a huge saving on top of what the market prices are saying. So I think we should devolve that conversation. There's no correlation between the investors and then getting a housing unit.
Absolutely, Olufemi. Absolutely.
100%.
Amazing.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
If everyone's ready, I can share now.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, and then we'll get back to the chat in a little bit.
All right, so let me just share my screen. So if we're just talking about the initial investment, we've made $17,504 so far. Just wanted to show you. So sorry, can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so this is how it looks like on QuickBooks. So the savings right here is just the initial investment, but and the checking is mostly for all of our membership dues, any other bank fees, and any like miscellaneous fees. And then the savings on right here where it says $15 will be where we input our shares. But right now we're currently sitting at $17,504 for the initial investment towards this project.
Those funds are coming in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every single payment that comes through. So for example, I'll use mine. Okay, so basically this is how the sales receipt is generated for each member. So I already have everything generated in here. So I'm doing a monthly payment, and since I'm an adult, it's $9.99 for me. So the total is right here. And then I have just a little message just letting you know what this fee is. And we have the payment method right here, the amount here, your name, address, and everything. And the only way that you'd be able to get a receipt is if you file your membership forms, the NDA forms, and all of that to pcif.ca, to info@pcif.ca. So if you want to be a member and be able to track your expenses, you have to just give us that information first, so I can send you an email of your purchase. But this is how the receipt generates. And then quickly right here, If I click save and send, right here, this is how your receipt looks like. So it just gives you a general description of what it is, how much, and that's it. And that's how I just keep the books tidy, clean, and yeah.
Amazing. So Pauline is our treasurer. She's in charge of that. Charmaine, do you have any other questions, or I wanted
I
to
do
just
have a few others to get through on the chat.
I want to go through the website quickly because someone asked me about it. But do you want to continue with the questions now, or do you want me to do the
Yeah, let's
website
just
quickly?
quickly get through because more and more questions are coming in. And after I get through this a little bit, then you can share for the website.
Okay, perfect.
I think Aziza, your question, not Aziza, Ali, you asked about the expectation, 5,000 each plus $10 per month. Yes, if you're investing in the Port Colborne project, we require 5,000, and yes, it's $10 per month roughly for the membership if you're under 60. So was the true daily? Maybe a tentative payment plan could be in place with timelines. Yes, we've said that earlier. The timelines 30, 60, 90 day up to 180 days when after you've given in your $1,500 initial deposit. Can you write the website in the chat? For sure we can. What is your strategy in getting the word out to our community? Word of mouth people.
Within our community.
Within our community.
Okay, good. And the other question here from Renee, can you be a member without the 5,000 investment? Yes, you may choose not to invest in the Colborne
You're
project.
welcome to be a member, man.
Yes. So the 5,000 is specifically for the Port Colborne project, guys. Am I at the end? Akin, you can go ahead now with the website.
Okay, let me just share my screen. Straightforward, home, basically, we try to keep the pictures, black and white, simple. Contact details down here, partners, FAQs, and stuff like that. About us, you can read about us. 300 plus Canadians came together to form this organization. Here's our vision, core values, objectives as a group. Some fun facts, Canadian fun facts here. So this is basically, straightforward website. I'll show the membership area soon. Here are the executives, the power team members, membership. So this page basically talks about membership, and some questions are coming in about the membership. $9.99. So the website is www.pcif.ca. $9.99 under 60, $7.99 60 and above. The project, this talks about the Colborne project, what we're trying to achieve collectively as a group, contact details, and social media, pages and so on. So I'll show you the members area, right? If once you get access to the members area, then you can log in. I realize most people are not really following the steps. So to access the members area, you need a login credentials, right, to do that. So this is how it looks. If you don't have the rights, it's locked, so you won't be able to access it. Once you contact the team, you'll receive a brochure that will give you the password. Take a look at the brochure. You'll be able to enter the password here, and from this page, it will take you to the landing page of the members area. Okay, on the members portal, show you guys, we have specific projects. So here we have the Port Colborne project. You can read all about the Port Colborne project, what it's about. These are the flyers that we shared. You can also follow all the projects that Pamoja is working on, all the projects that we have coming on. If we have a seminar coming on, a workshop, all will be posted here, and you can basically monitor everything. On the community project, it will basically give you like the breakdown, the details, the number of houses that we're building, the type of 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, the number of units, and we'll basically walk you through all that. The Ghana tour, if you want to come on tour with us, it will tell you, you see the flyer, you see all the cost, the breakdown, what you need to do, things to note. It will basically walk you through that. There's an opportunity that we're looking into as well, like having a cottage country, like somewhere, outside, the busy town, and, somewhere we can go for, and relax and for relaxation purposes and so on. That's a cottage country. That idea, if we have any updates on that, we'll post that here as well. And we're thinking of building a Pamoja village in Ghana. It will be a modern village, right? But it will be a Pamoja village where it's like for Canadians, right? Like a Canadian community in Ghana. So these are some of the opportunities that we'll be looking into. These are some of the ideas we have in terms of the types of houses we want to have in the village. So you get all that from the membership page. Okay. So another thing you get is all the meeting videos. So instead of trying to look for a link of the meetings, this was the last meeting we did, group meeting. The one from today, after we edit it, we'll put it here as well. So you can watch all the meeting videos. We are going to be adding a link here that will point people to meeting minutes. For those that don't like to watch videos, they can just download the documents and just read them. One of the exciting things we offer our members as well is perks, right? Through Percopolis. Percopolis has partnered with Pamoja to provide, perks, right, for our members. So with Percopolis, you can basically register, and I'll show you how it looks. So from the membership page, you have all the instructions here. You can basically register, and this will walk you through the steps to register. Percopolis offers like great savings in different, so like you have insurance, even products like Apple products, clothing, and so on and so forth. So you get access to all this as a member of Pamoja. Travel, hotels, tickets to museums, theme parks, you get access to all Percopolis, coupons, and you can use that. Tours and travels and all that stuff. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing now, and that's the website. If you want access to the website, and if you're a member and don't have access to the website yet, please send an email to members@pcif.ca. We have a tech guy who's behind the scenes that is managing the website for us, but we don't see a lot of members, right, on the website portal, though we have more members than what is actually reflected on the website. It's like some people are not taking advantage of the site. They're not really using it. So,
or maybe they just don't
or
understand.
maybe they don't know. Yeah,
if you
that's
do
why I
have-
wanted to show
yeah.
it. So,
If you do have questions, just let us know, members@pcif.ca. And if you have questions about your payments, because I know there was someone who did have trouble with making payments, then you write payment@pcif.ca. And then if you're interested in what we're doing and you want further information and you need all of your forms, then that's when you're gonna send an email to info@pcif.ca.
Charmaine, do you have any other questions?
There is a comment here from Kyle. Instead of using Percopolis, can we get perks to Black-owned businesses? So the money
Yeah,
stays-
that's something I forgot to share on the
Yes,
site.
that
Can
was
I
all
share my
part.
screen again?
So I can kind of speak to that a little bit while
Let me-
Akeem's
Yeah,
sharing the
let me share my
screen.
screen again.
I've reached out to, a couple months back, we did a survey where we asked the group if they would be interested in featuring their business in Pamoja. So I've sent out those who said yes. I've sent out an email just asking those who do have companies within the community to let us know if they'd like some more information on that. What we're calling that is our perks partners, and that's specifically to Black-owned businesses. And they don't even have to be a member. It's not that it just has to be in the group, but we just started there. So if you do have a business or you know someone who has a business, let us know, because that is something that definitely we want to get done ASAP, like to start promoting those Black-owned businesses within the group on our social media, so that they would be able, so we as the members of Pamoja would be able to patronize your business in exchange for a perk. So whether it's you get a bag of chips if you spend $10 or whatever the
Yeah,
case
even
may
coupons.
be,
So
or coupons.
in terms of
yeah.
traffic, our website gets approximately 600 plus incoming traffic, right, of people visiting the site. That's from checking all the numbers behind the scene with the website guy, the tech, checking out, we get over 600 clicks. So, and we just started, so we're like, this is good. And the plan we have for the partners page is we will have your logo on here, and also a short description of your business, and it will link directly to your website.
And sorry, let me also add that there will be 2 different types of access given to those perk partners. So if you are coming in as a regular perk partner, you're specifically going to be promoted among the members of Pamoja. If you're coming in as a corporate advertiser, then that's when you would now get access to more things, like Akin was saying, your logo will now be on the general website page and all of that. So it depends on what you want as a business owner. Do you want to pay for some sort of monthly advertising subscription, or do you just want to be advertised to the membership and have people, patronize your business in that way, in exchange for us sharing your company's information with the members of Pamoja?
Okay, thank you, guys. Another question here. What is the estimated market value, or rather market price, for these homes?
Yeah. I've actually typed in a response to the question, but I can speak to it.
Yeah.
So at the moment, through Delhi, we haven't set market prices in stone. These will be determined once the building phase has been, planned, and we've already projected all the parameters and all the variables. However, one thing we're working towards is ensuring that these prices are essentially targeted at our community, and we expect that they will be lower than current market prices by the time we come to market with the final pricing. That's what we're working towards. And just like Aki said, we still have some idea of what we want to do. We're collecting information, collecting data, but you have our commitment that when we come to market, the intention and the desire is that these come out at lower than market prices for our community. That's on one side. And then on the other side, we're also going to be flexible for our members in terms of down payments and payments for the apartments. We want to make it seamless, and we're going to do our best to do that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
That was it.
Okay, amazing. The numbers look good. I mean, Olufemi, you probably want an opportunity to speak on this, on the numbers. So can everybody see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, as you can see the numbers, like look at the projection for the end of the year. We're looking at 40 million approximately. These are, from the calculations that we've done, from talking to experts and so on. Again, we have a comprehensive business plan.
Okay, I mean, I can speak to the forecast. The idea, we've broken this plan into different phases. We have about 3 phases currently. Phase 1 is focused at developing the service lots and selling them, as well as part of the detached homes. Phase 2 is going to focus on the condo primarily, and then the remainder of the detached homes. And phase 3 is focused on the commercial development. Based on the plan that we've put together and the phasing, we've tried as much as possible to ensure we always end in the black every year. We do not want to go overdrawn at any point in time. So, and that's why we phased out the project. The capital calls are spaced out sufficiently to ensure that from a combination of the initial investment we're asking for from our members as well as the external funders, we're going to be able to run and complete at least the first phase. And then when we take phase 2, we will then be able to combine that from whatever profits we make in phase 1 to then run phase 2 and ultimately to will complete phase 3. That's what has informed this cash flow forecast that you see. For 2025 and 2026, with the current plan, we would have completed the development at that time. So over the course of 2021 to 2026, we expect to be in the black once we kick off in 2021 with the right amount of investments. If there are any specific questions, I can take them, and we'll provide any clarification you require. We have a commitment to be transparent to our members, and we'll be producing annual reports in terms of funding coming in and the funds that are going out, what it's being spent on. We have a commitment of transparency. Aki, over to you.
Absolutely, Olufemi. Absolutely.
Awesome.
So,
any questions?
Yeah, the most important thing, guys, right now, and I'm trying to emphasize this, is that we can raise these funds that we need, the 3 million. Please get the word out. This is not a Ponzi scheme. It's nothing like that. It's not, quick cash thing. I mean, we have a plan in place. Once we can raise this money collectively as a group, we will be visiting the property ourselves. Everyone, I mean, if you're available, right? You come for the ride. We all go out together. You step foot on the land. You see yourself, right? I've had the privilege of doing that with some of the board members. We went to Colborne to visit the property and everything like that. So you will be getting the property, you get the agreements, you get everything. So like Olufemi said, I mean, we have a commitment to be transparent, and we want to keep it like that. You guys have heard all the stereotypes, like Black people can work together. Again, we want to change that narrative. We want to change that narrative.
We're going to change.
We are going to change it. Yeah, that's it. We have to be on the winning side. So let's do this together. I mean, right now, what we really need is around 300,000 to put in the initial offer on this property. I believe if we can get the 300,000, we can put in the offer and hold the property for 60 days, right? In 60 days, which will give us around 2 months, we can try to, get more funding, and again, we've secured up to 75%, which is going to give us at least $4 million. So meaning with the $4 million we already have in the bag, if we can get this 3 million, the land is ours, right? Then we can then focus on the construction loan that we need to start developing incrementally in phases, like Olufemi mentioned. So any questions, guys? Charmaine, you can.
Okay, just to add, and I appreciate the fact that this meeting has gone on for a while. I just want to make it clear, what the strategic importance of what we're trying to do here is. Number one, we have articulated the plan and have had conversations with banks as well as other private lenders. The trigger to kickstart everything is the deposit of about how much, Aki, are we looking for right now? That's about 300,000. Once we put that in, that unlocks the next stage of the puzzle, which is for us to be able to get the private lender to provide the funding to the tune of 75% of the land. If we're able to do that and we get the $2 million from the big investors, then the bank is going to be willing to provide a construction loan for us. So the biggest hurdle is the one we're faced with at the moment, which is to provide this $300,000 to secure the property and then hold it for 60 days while we conduct other due diligence, engage the city officers, municipality, to just validate that the land is, legit, and then we can proceed. So Akin, over to you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
So another question here in the chat, how much more is needed to get to the 300 initial payment to secure the land?
On paper, we got a commitment of over 200,000, which is really good on paper. But now the challenge is people are not really sending in their funds. So on time, they're not sending in on time. So time is not on our side, right? I think so far, like Pauline mentioned, we're at 17,000. So, 17,000. That's
where we are.
We what's that? That is not even up to what percentage is that?
Mhm.
So,
I think we need to put a deadline to payments because it's open-ended. People don't know the urgency of it.
Mhm.
So we need to put a deadline to it so that it's out there that, okay, by this time we need this money in to get it done.
I think Charmaine put something out about May 15th.
May 15th. Yeah, we put a
Yeah,
May
I
15th
believe
deadline.
so. Right.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we're now putting fire under everybody's feet, I guess. We'd like to get this, those promised funds at least in by May 15th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Okay, yes, I see these questions coming in. So the reality is, as if we don't act soon, we could lose this opportunity. Absolutely, yes, we could. If we have not secured it, then we could lose it, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could.
100%.
And I mean, there are other opportunities that we will venture into, but yeah, that's the reality. If we don't get this money and at least get to the place where we can put a deposit down to source more funding, then we could potentially lose we could lose this deal.
Another question here. Have each of the board members contributed 5,000?
The board members have done more.
Mhm.
Like I myself, I think I've done more than that. I have myself down, my family down for more. I think Pauline can testify to this. I think about 4 units thereabouts. I have down for myself, but I am willing to go far beyond that as well. So it's just some technicalities. When you're transferring a lot of money, with government and stuff like that, you have to just make sure you do it properly through the bank.
Mhm.
So it's just those technicalities and stuff that needs to be in place. But
But
Yeah.
to answer the question in a short way, each of the board members are committed to also investing in this project. Yes.
Is May 15th deadline just the 1,500? If you can bring in the entire 5,000 by May 15th, awesome. If you only have the 1,500 to bring in by May 15th, then certainly
Still
bring it
awesome.
in.
Yeah.
Any more questions?
Yeah, there's one. So the deadline of May 15th, will the new member investors get additional time? I think that May 15 deadline is for, like I said, the initial 1,500, and then you can have a payment plan in place 30, 60, 90 days thereon, because we do have to put in the deposit for this land.
So just to explain, the 1,500 is for us to hold the land via deposit. So if we can get that 1,500, I think it was from 200 people, I think it was.
We will need more
Because
than, more than
listen,
four people now.
some people are putting in more than, they're coming up with their
100%.
5,000 right now, or their 20,000 right now, their 50,000 right now.
Yeah.
So that's fine. But if you have that 1,500 and that's what you can afford to put in now, that's fine. And what we want to do is build up to that 300,000. Once we hit that 300,000, hopefully, God willing, by May 15th, then we would now go to the real estate agent and say, Folu, we have it. Let's put a deposit down and hold this land. While we're on hold, we can, in groups, go and visit the land and take a look, etc. And in the meantime, the board and hopefully even the members will be sourcing, going back to some of the mortgage lenders, etc., and saying to them, hey, we have this money. Can you guys now fund the rest of the payment for the actual land? We'll be going to the big investors and saying, hey, let's see how many people can give 500,000, 200,000, and collect this next 2 million at that 10% that you see on the screen. And then, bam, we have the land. We're getting the construction monies in, everything like that. So it's just basically for us to buy that 60 days. So no one else can purchase that land within that 60 days. And that gives us, again, that 2 months to be able to source more income to fully outright pay for the land. So that's kind of how the process is going to look like. It's just the initial 300,000, again, is for us to hold that land so nobody else can go ahead and take and purchase it.
And quickly, right? So if you want to, if you're new to the group and all this information is overwhelming, it's like too much, like, what is this? Right?
Call us,
Please
email.
call us. We have a 1-800 number.
Yeah.
Call us or send an email, right? We can definitely work with you, but I'm sure you understand the urgency, like for us to get the offer in on the property. But give us a call, man. We're always here. We're one big family, so give us a call. Yeah. Charmaine, over to you.
I do. Okay. Is this strictly for people in Canada? What about potential African investors?
Kind of, this question has been bounced back and
But
forth.
yeah, we had this discussion in I think one of the power team
Canadians at this point.
So, because it's a cooperative, I mean, it's a Canadian cooperative, right? So
the other question is, if one goes in and later decides to exit, is there any penalty?
So if you're a member, if you're a member, membership again in a cooperative gives you access to, all the other projects we will have. But if you decide not to be a member of the cooperative anymore, your membership reflects your ownership in the cooperative. So if you decide not to be a member, that's fine. You will lose all your voting rights and all that in the cooperative.
Yeah.
But if you invested in a project, obviously the project will have like agreements and terms that I would suggest you should read and understand. Because if you exit, obviously there will be some sort of penalty. But again, we're not in a business of making money off the backs of our people. We will hate to see you leave, but if that's what it is, then there will be some sort of penalty, but it won't be a lot. Charmaine,
Okay.
correct?
Can I add to that?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I think that, one of the things we've discussed before now is if one of our members has invested in a project and desires to exit that investment, one of the things we discussed is that if there is another member who's interested in taking up that investment, that would be the very first, consideration. And so, but we would always also want to say that the cooperative and its members would have the right of first refusal So if you have an investment, you hold a portfolio, if one of our members wants to leave, another member can decide to take up that investment. Beyond that, I think we still probably have some thinking to do in terms of what would happen if no member is interested and someone wants to exit. So we may need to have some conversations around that further.
Okay, thank you, Alu. Another question here. So the initial 300,000 deadline by May 15th for the deposit, then there will be further time to invest in search of the 1 million total thereafter. But I think the question is asking, after this initial investment to secure the land by putting the deposit in, will there be more time? And the answer is yes.
The plan is, as long as we have some sort of agreement and commitment, I think I touched on that earlier. These are some of the things we can bring up to, our potential lender, right? And show them and say, we have these agreements. These are the funds that we're expecting, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And someone asked about the specific location. Just move on. It's Port Colborne. Yes, I see you got your answer, Peter. Port Colborne is just outside of Niagara, in the Niagara area.
Yeah. And it's an aging community, man. I mean, these guys have waterfront properties,
Yeah, beautiful
townhomes,
waterfront. Yeah.
beautiful waterfront, stores by the waterfront. I mean, in no time, if we're strategic, honestly, we can take over the city in no time. I can count the young people there in the city. Charmaine, you were with me, right? You were there.
Yeah. Yes. The question here is, can a non-Canadian subscribe through the children's schooling in Canada?
Charmaine, we should definitely look into have this discussion,
Yeah.
but I think we should open it
Yeah.
up. If you're a member of a cooperative, you're a member of a cooperative. So, I mean, you can invest. It's fine.
Yes. Okay, I think those are all the questions. Unless anyone has another burning question, we can close the meeting.
So remember, if you want to get in contact with us, it's info@pcif.ca, 18337 Pamoja. Just let us know. Again, we're pushing for May 15th. If you do have contacts with investors who can invest a large amount, let us know. Whatever you can do, just let us know, because we're doing this together. It's a cooperative. This is everybody's company. Everyone who's a member is an owner of the company.
That's what
basically,
Pamoja
right?
means. Together,
So,
togetherness. Pamoja, Tuko Pamoja.
Together.
We are together.
Yeah, so
It means we're together. We're doing this together. No one left behind. So get the word out. Call your aunties, your uncles. Let's do this.
everybody.
Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Liking the let's do this. Is getting better and better every time.
Olufemi cut the bug. Let's do this.
Family.
All right, man. So any other questions or no?
I do believe that is it for the chat. All right,
All right.
everybody.
Okay, this is good. It's good.
Have a blessed and happy Mother's Day, all the moms.
Yes.
Happy Mother's Day to everyone.
Happy Mother's Day, and all the fathers who have mothered. Happy Father Mother
That
Day.
too.
Mom is on the line.
My mom's on the call.
Our mom is on the line. So show your face.
Hello, Mom.
Unmute yourself and say hello. We are coming over for
Hello,
oxtail.
Mom.
Hi, everyone.
We are
King, but you know, I do not cook on Mother's Day ever.
Mhm.
I am not about to start. Even though I love you and I want to give you your oxtail, but another time.
Not today. Not tomorrow.
Not tomorrow.
Akin, I see where Nicole got it from.
exactly. Exactly.
Get it from
Right,
my
thank
mom.
you.
All right, everyone.
Happy day, happy
everyone.
Mother's Day to the mothers.
All right,
Thank
bye.
you.
Have a great day
Okay.
tomorrow.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
There's somebody want to.